Okay, so I am shuffling the cards. Okay. All right. And this is for March. Scorpio.
Yes.
The first card. I want to say thank you guys for watching. You are our best group.
We
love you.
Yeah, we love you very much.
Yes. All right. First card is the Fool in the upright.
Woohoo!
And so, I'm going to speak to this card for a little bit.
Please do.
If you have watched Virtual Tarot in the past, you know that we love this card. However, if you have not watched, you may think, oh dear, I have drawn the Fool. Well, let's talk about the Fool for a minute, because this is the Zero. This is pure possibility. This is a major arcana card. This is pure spirit. This would be the Holy Spirit if it was the Holy Trinity. This is the breath of fresh air. This is the beginning of the journey. And it's also the end of the journey of the major arcana. And so all things, all matter, all spirit, everything comes from the Zero. So I love this for you particularly because after last month, after the reading, after the Knight of Cups, after the Queen of Cups, who had withdrawn, if this has to do with on a journey that feels more authentic to who you really are, this is about the best card you could possibly draw. And I'm going to let Ava tell you why.
All right. Well, the Fool. The Fool is a tremendous card. It's the if you have any knowledge about astrology, it's the card represented by the planet Uranus, which is the card of spontaneous, sudden, electrifying energy. It's the planet of originality. It's the planet of eccentricity. And when things are not as sure or assured, sort of when things suddenly happen in a different way, that's what the planet is about. And it's the equivalent, it's the ruler of this card. So this card is about following your dream, having suddenly opportunities appear and taking a risk on those opportunities, living in the moment, in the present, not calculating too much about the future, just simply having total faith in it and acting, therefore, totally spontaneously. And this is March, apparently, starts for you a completely new phase of your life, such a positive phase of your life. This is where you're acting a little bit unconventional, maybe even eccentric for you. And this is about allowing your life to become magical. There you go, Trudy.
So the only thing I want to say further about this card is that the greatest thing about it, and we'll find out as we keep, if you don't know that you can't do it, you can probably do it.
Yeah.
So sometimes the best way to do it is to just jump off the cliff and make a big old mess. And that's what I always tell my kids and my interns. You just got to get started and make a big old mess. Right, Ava?
Well, yeah, you don't have to, you shouldn't worry about the consequences of, or about failure, because failure without failing, you wouldn't learn anything. So,
Right.
I mean, failure is where you learn something. So just simply go out and do, and let the chips fall where they may.
There you go.
So we have now the second card coming up, right? Which is, what is it?
Okay, I am going to tell you
All right.
that we have 2 cards that I have drawn.
2 again?
Well, I'm going to tell you, this deck, again, another Fool has come up.
What? I can't have 2 fools.
I know, 2 Fools to one another. Don't ask me how it happened. They're both in the first position. That's Spirit saying that's exactly what you need to do.
Oh.
Second position is the 9 inverted of Swords. Oh, I'm sorry. Down. It's the 6 of Swords. It's the moving away from adversity.
Yes.
But it is reversed.
Okay.
It is reversed.
So, but that's your challenge.
This is your challenge, correct. And we'll go back to that double Fool thing in a minute, but let's read this card.
All right.
There's the Fool. Okay.
Well, it's very interesting because when it's reversed, all right, so
it is the 6 of Swords reversed.
Okay, now listen. I understand. So you've got the Fool, meaning you've got to go out there and just take the risk and go. So what is your challenge? Your challenge is that you need to sew things up because something isn't done yet. You're not finished with that which was impeding you from moving ahead, and there's still a little bit of the conflict of that which was keeping you in the previous mindset, because this is a mind card, and that mindset is that you can't do it. I can't go. I can't do this. I can't do that.
Ava, can I say something?
Yeah.
Visually, okay, this is what I see when I see this card. It's like you're trying to back out of the driveway and there's someone parked behind you.
Okay, that's a fair vision. Yes, exactly. Something's blocking or impeding you, and you've got to get rid of that impediment.
Which really works with this Fool card, and after last month's reading, it seems as if you're trying to pursue. You're trying to, and also there's another meaning to this card as well, because you're actually trying to move out of a situation that has you feeling agitated and aggravated.
Right.
So it's even more than that. It's as if you're in the house and you're agitated and aggravated and you want to leave and there's someone behind you. However, you may not have the help, and that's another interpretation of this card, because if you look at the card, and I'm going to switch over to the card, you can see that this woman and this child, they are being ferried by a gentleman, a gondolier.
I live right over the gondolier.
Yeah, I know, I was going to say that, but I didn't want to interrupt the reading, but we'll talk about that later. But this person is assisting this woman, and she is moving away from a stressful situation, either physically or mentally, or maybe she really is moving, making a move, but there's someone helping. There's someone assisting. So maybe that person has not shown up as of yet. That is a possibility, and there could be a delay in your ability to actually make this leap, which is the Fool, who represents the breath of fresh air, the leap of faith. This is really the leap of faith card. And so there's some delay going on, and there's a reason, and I'm sure all of our Scorpios out there know exactly why there's a challenge.
Right. So yes, you may not have the help that you need, and so your challenge is to perhaps do it on your own. And your challenge is also to bring back the faith, bring back your faith in life, in the journey, in your journey, and to move away from situations that had caused you trouble. And don't stir up any trouble. Also, please. You know that this is a card also in reverse like this, when you elope as opposed to having a formal marriage.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, yeah. So
I'm all for that. Save the money.
No way. You're really not, you're not announcing it. You're just sneaking.
I like that. Save the money and go shopping.
Yeah, exactly. So there's something sneaky about it.
I like it.
All right, so keeping everything under cover.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so let's pull for the next card. Are you ready? Is that okay? Okay, cool. Let's do that. All right, here we go. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. Wow, that's perfect. Okay, there we go. It's the Seven of Cups. The bipolar love card comes up. I don't know what I should do. I don't know where I should put my energy. Should I start this? Should I start that? Is this better than that? Do I like him or him? Or and if this is about career and stepping out, you may not have too. There are just so many awesome possibilities out there that this is your big chance to unexpectedly. Actually, I'm kind of making fun of this card because this card is kind of the, oh my gosh, I'm not, with the possibility that I can't see straight. But really, that's a good thing. That's a good place to be, because that's a good time to dream, to ask yourself, hey, what would I do if I could do anything that I wanted to do? What would I do? And that's really the Fool. Fool doesn't know that he can't do whatever he wants to do. I mean, you ask a kid what a kid wants to do, and they usually say, I want to be an astronaut. You know? So there I said, you know, sorry. But that's the beauty of this card. Go nuts and come up with crazy ideas, things that you probably think that you can't do, and spend some time doing that. Okay, Ava, that's what I got. Go ahead.
So suddenly I see you soul searching a bit, because you need to make some decisions about what it is you really want. What do you really want? You have some options, more than one, in front of you, and it's selecting that which means the most to you emotionally, which fulfills you emotionally, which is more in line with your purpose, is more in line with who you are. Maybe there's a bit of self-reflection too as to who exactly that person is that you are. What is it that, what are your real desires, your real aims here? Because it seems that if you're launching yourself on this new journey as a Fool, and you're trying to get unstuck from that which was impeding you, then here it's having to make a choice. as to what will fulfill you the most. And then go there. Focus all your attention and energy on that single thing. And then that might be unexpected, that you have several choices. Maybe it's even several lovers. You never know. Trudy?
You never know.
You never know.
That's right. Okay, well, let's pull the fourth card, and that'll give us a little better perspective on this reading. Okay, and there we have the fourth card. It is the Page of Swords.
Page of Swords? Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes, yes. Okay, so I'm going to go forth and read. Is that okay?
Sure, absolutely.
Go forth and read. All right. So, and okay, there are two ways to read this, and I'm kind of trying to decide which way I want to read it. I know Ava will read it the other way. Okay.
That's why there's.
Well, this is where I'm going with this. Okay, because what I see here when I see the Page of Swords is I see some immaturity and perhaps some immature thinking, okay? It can mean fresh thinking, that's true, but it can also mean that it's not quite grounded yet. And so there's some ungrounded communication. And the reason why I'm coming up with that is that we have this 7, which is also a little bit ungrounded. And it is very good. I mean, you do need to vision. You do need to dream. You do need to decide exactly what you want to do and spend some time doing that. And that's very important. But at some point, a choice has to be made. And so there has to be a plan. I guess that's what I'm saying. And so it may be, Spirit may be saying that based on this Page of Swords that your thinking hasn't quite matured yet and that you're not quite ready to embark upon this new phase. And so, anyway, and so it seems as if you're going to need to give it a little bit more time. And that is what I'm seeing here, because is all about adventure, and it's all about even like an adrenaline rush. All this might give you a bit of an adrenaline rush, but it feels to me as if it's not time yet. It would be premature upon this journey at this time. Now it could be just the month of March, so maybe this is it's the month to get your visioning and your focus and your goals in order, and maybe that is really the focus. Exactly what do I want to do before you actually do it or force it. Okay, that's what I got. Okay, Abe, go ahead.
Generically speaking, then it's about communication, about the mental process of reasoning. It's about writing and verbal communication. It's about this is the card of the initiator. So you're initiating some sort of communication. You're also a bit in the limelight, by the way, because he's very regal. He's sort of center of attention. So this is writing something, communicating something, and being very, it's double air, double air, meaning it's powerfully energetic. It's motion, movement. And so at the end of the month, you get very creative mentally, and you start to write, you communicate, you resolve things by using your reason, by your power of reason analysis, and you come to a better understanding through that communication, and you are creative, verbally creative. So that's wonderful on a generic level. So,
well, as you can see, Abe and I have two separate interpretations this month, which is fine because that's why you have two readers.
that's right, and it does have a broad, yeah, it has many interpretations.
Yes, but we often don't agree on swords.
No,
we read swords
I don't
differently.
see them negatively.
Yeah, she doesn't see them negatively, and I see them as they can be trouble. However, I think more or less agree that there's a lot going on this month, and that there's a new journey that you're about to embark upon, and that you are visioning like crazy this month. So that we do agree upon. Right, Abe? Let me make sure.
We do. We agree on that. But it's a wonderful card because you're putting plans into action. Your mind is really very, very active. You're thinking about so many different things. Oh my goodness! I mean, and these are new ideas. You're getting a lot of new ideas. This is fresh ideas.
Well, this is where we disagree because I see these ideas as not mature as of yet.
Yes,
that's the difference.
Sure, people get this card, so it can't be that. It has to, just because a young person has an idea doesn't mean it's immature. It might be far more relevant and applicable to what's needed than an idea coming from an older person.
Well, that's true too. That is true. Okay, so I'm going to agree with Ava. There you go. But actually, I still say hold your tongue because this is a card of communication, and it can mean immature communication. So I'm going to throw that out there.
All right.
Be careful with your communication. Can also mean be careful who you speak to about this new venture.
Right.
You're so excited that you may have to hold yourself back a little bit.
And this is the card of the student too, Trudy. So maybe you're learning something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to in order to embark upon a new journey. You have to begin to learn again.
Yeah. So you're learning something brand new. So which is great. And maybe you're even just naively questioning the whole world, like, why is the sky blue?
Well, that's why we got the double fool. So tell that person, whoever's blocking you in the driveway, to back their car out so you can get moving.
That's it, Trudy. That's it.
That's it. Let's go. Okay, do we have any questions for Scorpio? All right, here we go.
All right.
Clarissa wants to know if she'll get back with her ex, Ava.
All right, let's see. The Wheel of Fortune.
Well, there you go. Yes, you will.
Well, what comes around goes around. That's what the wheel is about.
Well, the wheel's up, right?
Well, the wheel's up. Yeah. Well, they're all. I don't have them in reverse. So
they're entering a fortunate phase in their relationship.
Well, it's really too about not being too distraught about negative circumstances at the moment because they could change very easily to positive ones.
And it's
Yes.
also about timing. The timing is right
Yeah, the timing is good.
because the wheel is about father time. So, you know what I always say about men?
What?
Ready to get married, the first one in the cab wins. Oh, no, when the light on the cab turns on, the first one in wins, right?
Really?
Do you know what I mean? Okay, let me tell that story again. Men are like cabs.
Oh, they're
When
like,
the light turns on, the first one in the cab wins.
I
That,
see.
that's my timing story.
All right. All right.
Next question.
I'll be lovely in Scorpio. Would you still listen to this along with your sun sign
Oh, okay, that's a good question.
yarn?
What's the question?
Oh, it's okay. Here's the question. If your moon is in Scorpio, would you still listen to this along with your sun sign reading? And I'll let Ava take that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ava's, yes. And why? And why, Ave? Go ahead.
Why? Because the most important aspects of your chart are the sun, the moon, and your rising sign. And sometimes, depending on your particular chart, they could be prominent, more prominent. Say you have an afflicted moon. Well, then it would be very important for you to know where your moon sign, what it's experiencing. And then your rising sign is your ego, that which you project out into the world. And so that would be very important to know event-wise how things are going to happen. And then your sun, of course, it's your inner being, your true self. And that would be important to know too. So all three of them are relevant to you. Trudy.
That's a great answer.
All right.
All right. Okay, well, that is it for questions. We only had 2.
All right, good, good.
And so we're going to end on this. If you would like more information on this reading, that was quite, this was an exciting reading.
It was. It was.
Ava and I really went back and forth on this reading. So if you would like higher spiritual counsel, please click the link below, which we will post tomorrow. You can subscribe to the counsel card, which will give you higher spiritual counsel on this free 4-card spread. We also do private readings. You can go to our website, virtualtarot.wordpress.com, click on the Purchase a Reading page, pay for it, and then send us an email to avatrudy@yahoo.com. And we also have some videos posted, and you can check these out if you have any questions about how these private readings happen and what they're all about. We'll go ahead and post those links below as well. And I am going to say goodbye. I know Ava is a little worn out. You ready
Yeah.
to say goodbye, Ava?
I'm usually sleeping by now.
Yeah. She's asleep right now. It's amazing. She can read cards while she's asleep.
I'm really good when I'm awake, though.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and we will see you next month. Tune in. You never know what we're going to do because it won't be this. Right, Ava?
We don't know. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.